a health coach down in Naples, Florida. We kind of ironed it down to I was eating too many nuts for protein, which caused excessive fat in the cells, so which resulted in insulin resistance. So that's something that I learned outside of doing my initial phase of paying attention to my diabetes. So yeah, it's a serious metabolic disease, and it is growing rampant. So thanks for sharing that, Dr. Shah.
Yes, thank you so much. That was wonderful information. And I know I have members of my family that are impacted by it. So that was very helpful. Thank you so much. Now, everyone, we are going to move to our last presentation of the evening. It's something rather unique. We are very happy to welcome the Mind DJ, Gina Earthiva. Did I pronounce that right?
Perfectly.
Wonderful.
Wow, I love the energy here and the interaction and the knowledge that's being shared. Thank you so much for this beautiful, putting together this beautiful event and for inviting me to do some mind DJing with all of you. So as Elaine said, I'm Gina Earthiva, that's my name, and I'm going to move on straight away into a DJing for the mind piece with music. So it's going to be like an immersive musical journey. So what I would really like is, if it's possible, just try and grab a pair of earphones while I set this up. Then you get the right frequencies, etc. And I want you to just soak in the music with me as I take you through the process. And then we'll do all the talking afterwards. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to, in the meanwhile, while you get that set up, I'm just going to make sure that the audio is running. So just, Elaine, if you just let me know if the sound is coming through. Yeah, and can you hear my voice on top of it? Yeah, perfect, great. So, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, and wonderful souls and hearts, this is a musical experience for all of you. Just be relaxed and just listen to this, and let me take you on this journey. All right. I would like you to just close your eyes and just become aware of this moment while paying attention to this sound. Let this sound take you wherever it's taking you. Don't hold back and just relax. And so now this musical experience is going to be about learning how to create and take charge of our own happiness. So regardless of what is happening outside of us and inside of us, we have the permission and the right and the ability to create our own happiness. And we have the ability to bounce back and bounce back higher after any difficult situation. And now I'm going to play you a new sound, and I'm going to associate that sound with something. So here we go. As you listen to these beats, just think of one situation in your recent past or something that come up in the near future, which kind of stresses you a little bit, which makes you a little uncomfortable, which makes you feel not so great. And let these rhythm elements just remind you of that discomfort. Choose something that's not too difficult, but something that's in between. associate that weird, stressed out, uncomfortable feeling of that problem situation with these beats. And notice how that makes you feel in your body. And now we're just going to shake it off. So open your eyes, just shake your body, shake your shoulders, your neck, your hands, your head, and just shake it all off. Okay, we're going to come out of that problem situation and we're just going to shake it all off. All right. And now we're going to enter a new phase. Listen to the sound and think of a time in your life when you felt a lot of hope, felt like this is a new beginning. You felt there are possibilities that you can explore. Think of one such situation that made you feel like that, made you feel hopeful, very positive. And now feel that hope in your body, not just in your mind, in your body, in your heart. And now, to add to this, let's think of one situation where you felt truly inspired to move forward. So you hear the sound of the violins, see the tempo and the rhythm with which they're played, and that's the tempo of you moving forward. You can think of a person that inspired you, a book that inspired you, a thing that happened that inspired you, and that feeling moving forward with that inspiration. Feel it in your body. And I want you to now listen to this deep beats. Now, associate this beat with a sense of confidence. So think of a situation when you felt really, really self-confident. You felt that you really, really deserve to get what you are getting in a positive way. You really, really feel worthy of yourself. Confidence is growing in your mind, in your body. And now, I want you to combine these three positive feelings. One, of hope, the sparkles of hope, that possibility that something good can happen. And then on top of that, the violins, which telling you about the sense of inspiration and motivation to move forward. And then on top of that, we have that feeling of confidence and self-worth. And yeah, I deserve this. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to get what I deserve to get. And see how you're feeling in your mind, your body, your heart, your soul. And now just move with the beats, move with the sounds in any way that you like. Let it really just take over your entire being. All these positive emotions and the mental images you're getting, they're all overlapping in a beautiful way. moment for you to create an inner sense of joy, happiness, and confidence, and inspiration, and hope, and everything beautiful. And now I'm going to add those beats in the beginning where we thought of the problem, we thought of a situation which stressed us out. Now I want you to look at that same situation. And I want you to enter that situation or watch yourself entering that situation while you have all this positivity within you. It's not theoretical positivity, you are actually feeling those beautiful emotions. Now, when you have equipped yourself with confidence, inspiration, hope, and joy, watch what happens when you enter the same damn problem. Does it look that stressful to you anymore now? Notice how you respond to the same situation. You're full of self-confidence, full of self-worth, full of inspiration, full of hope. Imagine all these beautiful feelings are entering you from all directions and also spreading out of you in all directions. You're radiating confidence for others, you're radiating inspiration for others, you're radiating hope for others, and you're a being of absolute joy. And the problem is also there, but somehow doesn't feel like that big of a deal right now. You shifted your inner state on your own. I want you to just take this moment to feel the music, and along with that, feel the emotions associated with the music. Any way that you like, free up your shoulders. One more time. And now I want you to just be in this moment. Take a deep breath in. Slowly breathe out. And just smile and tell yourself that I can create this level of joy in my inner being at any moment that I want. The music and the musical layers have been coded into me. My body remembers how the music made me feel. And so I can replay the sounds in my mind anytime I want, even when Gina's not playing this from her computer. You are empowered to feel your inner greatness every moment of every day, regardless of what is happening outside. This is you taking charge of your own happiness. And even as I fade out the sound, let the music be with you. Hold on to the beautiful feelings you just felt. Notice how the sound stays in your mind even when it's gone from the earphones. Hold on to the feelings. Here we go. Thank you so much. When you're ready, feel free to gently and slowly open your eyes and come back to us. Take your time. Yeah, so are we back yet? So what we just did was, just reminding ourselves that we can create any state that we want inside of us. And that has nothing to do with what's happening outside. I mean, it can if we allow it to affect us. But even at that moment that it affects us in a negative way, we can quickly shift our inner state. And then the whole world looks very different. So at this point, before I tell you more, does anyone have any thoughts they want to share, any questions or any just feelings that you want to share about what happened to you? All right, so,
Jeffrey
yeah.
has his hand up.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, boy, I always have my hand up. I need to strap it down here. So I was blown away by the different sequences. You had a high vibe thing, and then we brought it down, and then you brought it back up, and then you brought it back down.
Yeah,
And I felt that energy going in and out of my body, and it was really awesome. It's been a long
Thank
time
you.
since I've listened to music that really I engaged in at that level.
yeah.
So thank you for that. And I want to know, did you create all this music yourself?
Yeah,
Are you-
absolutely.
I want
every
you,
single
are you
thing.
selling recordings of it?
Yeah. I have
Okay.
everything available. I'll send you all a link. I will share a link with you at the end.
Perfect.
Tell you where you can get all of this on your own. But
Awesome.
thank you. That means
Thank
so
you.
much to me. Yeah. So I'll just tell you a little bit about me and the technique later. But so what happened is, as Jeffrey asked, did I create the music? Yes. And how did I do that? I never learned music production. I was an artist always. I used to be a singer, and that's all I could do in terms of music. I could sing and I could play the piano, but I could not, ever think of even producing music, composing music, and that sort of thing. I was just too busy and happy being a singer and traveling the world and doing this and that. And I was doing that pretty early on. However, I suddenly in 2013, I lost my voice, which means that I thought I had a throat infection. And when I went to the doctors, they get this medicine, that medicine, and then it just didn't get better. And I thought, okay, it's going to come back. Let's give it some time. And I used to sound like, sorry for saying this, but I sounded like a goat. So I used to be like that all the time. So I could hardly speak, let alone sing. And then week after week, medicine, antibiotics, even antacids, this and that, nothing seemed to work. Okay, they did their test, the camera inside my throat, the endoscopy, etc., and they found that my vocal cords were not closing, so I couldn't make certain sounds. And they could see that, but they could not see what is causing it. And so it went on. And after a while, I was getting so many offers to sing in big Indian movies and etc. And I just couldn't take that up. And after a while, I had to stop lying and say that, okay, I think I actually lost my voice. It's no longer a throat infection or whatever that I thought it was. And it was a very hard reality for me to accept. It was like my entire world crashed. And I just didn't know who I was if I wasn't a singer. And at the time, my name was Sukanya. So who is Sukanya without singing? Humongous crisis of self-identity. And then in that darkness, I went into deep darkness, depression, anxiety, couldn't digest any food. Like and my hair falling, everything going wrong. And in that darkness, I read a line by my mentor, Dr. Taisak Wikida, and he said, we have to transform the life state of humankind. I said, wow, that's beautiful, but it's also very irritating for me because I can't handle my inner state. Forget about the life state of humankind. That's too far away from me. And I just want to forget that line, but it never went away from me. It just stayed in my mind. It just got stuck in my head. And so every day I would wake up with that line and I would try to push it out. And yet I had it. And that's when I just somehow crawled up to my computer and started trying to use a music software I had to create some sounds, and just because I couldn't do anything with my voice. So I was just trying to elevate the life state of humanity through music. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just trying to take out some sounds and make something just to use music to help myself feel better and maybe someday help others feel better. And long story cut short, after 3 years, I had already, without knowing and without intending it in this way, I ended up creating a technique called the conscious music code. And that technique is what I used on all of you right now, where we associate every single sound element to a thought or a feeling or a sensation in the body. And it gets deeper and deeper and more immersive and more multi-sensory, where we associate smells and touch and this, all of that. And then shift the inner state. And so I don't like to use the word help. I like to say, I want to empower people to use their own powers, where the music is not doing the work for you, where you do the work for yourself, and the music just is something that's a tool that kind of helps you do that work for yourself. So it's not that, okay, I'm just going to close my eyes, listen to this beautiful frequency, and it will heal me magically, and I don't have to do anything. I will just let the sound do the work. No, because I feel that's disempowering. That's beautiful, but that's also disempowering if you keep doing that, because then you're not recognizing your own power. Anyway, in 3 years, I regained my voice. It was like magic for me. So in the meanwhile, I dealt with a lot of things that I had suppressed within me. So the therapists I had gone to, the coaches I had gone to, somehow it never worked out. And I saw the loopholes in the mental health profession. And I plugged all of that in. It's good that happened. It wasn't good at the time, but it's good that happened in hindsight now, that I was able to use the areas where I felt there were gaps in my technique and fill those gaps. And I found that when we talk of music therapy or sound healing, it's not as engaging as Jeffrey said. We need to engage with the sounds. We need to engage in any transformational process. We can't just sit there and wait for it to happen. Sitting there and waiting for it to happen can be beautiful, but it's temporary. The effect is temporary. And sometimes we need that. It's like a painkiller. But if you want to go into a deeper process of transformation that lasts, then you have to go into something that engages you. That's number one. Then it needs to be experiential. It cannot be something where I tell you, you have to think like this. No, I can tell you that all I want, but you have to actually feel it in your body, not just in your mind. So it's a somatic experiential experience. And then you have the element of fun, which I think is again very important for transformation. If it's going to be too painful and too stressful, you're not going to want to do it. But it's also immersive. It's also exciting and fun. And it's transformative at the end of it. So all these things put together, it becomes conscious music code when I do it like this. And then I started singing at the end of that period. I had to start from scratch. I had to call those same contacts. Hey, I'm back in the game, etc. But then I also renamed myself as Gina Earthiva, because Gina means in Hindi, it means to live. And Earthiva is a word I coined, as you can guess, which means that I'm born out of the earth to serve the earth, to be a blessing to the earth, right? And going back to what my mentor said, we have to transform the life state of humankind. So that's my mission towards 2030, especially towards the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, that we're going to, whatever we want to do in this world, we can't do it if our inner state is messed up. So I want to empower people to change their inner state. I want to unleash their own greatness through music. And for Conscious Music Code, I've now taken it to a point where it's become my business, and it's also my mission-driven business. So it's not just for the money, it's for the purpose. And the money is important because then the money lets me do what I want to do with the money to transform the world. So that's how I look at my business. So for all of you who have been so kind to say beautiful things to me in the chat and also engage with the process and enjoy it, I will leave behind my website address so you can go ahead and you can explore all the programs that are there. So I have these programs that are very detailed. There are also programs that are very small and quick mind hacks. I like to call it musical mind hacks. Then you're like, in 5 minutes, you're changing your state. And I work in 3 areas. So one is the area of personal growth and development, where you're not just talking about small temporary changes in well-being. You're talking about deeper growth elements, like you're transforming your limiting beliefs, you're creating habits. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention. With sound acting as the trigger, after a while, you don't even need the sound. Once you keep practicing, you do the daily rituals. That's on my website. You do the daily rituals. After a while, your mind can play the sound on its own. So when you're in a weird situation, you've been practicing, you've been simulating that positive sound connected to the positive feelings, blah, blah, blah. So you just let your mind switch on that sound and increase its volume. That's where you become your own mind DJ, and you play with the sounds in your mind, and you look at the same situation and you go at it in a different way with a positive mindset. So that's the personal development growth thing. Then we have the well-being aspects, which is about better sleep, less stress, dealing with burnout. I have a lot of burnout programs with different aspects. Then you have the workplace well-being aspect, which is on how to be productive, go into a productive state in 5 minutes while you're sitting at your office, whatever situation, how to go into a creative state, how to switch on your state of, your flow state, etc. So all of that. And now I'm lucky that I was able to demonstrate some of these things at the world's first world's greatest happiness at work conference in Belgium. And I was just floored by the response of 1,000 people reacting to my musical process all at the same time. And there we did with the smells and all that. It's beautiful. But that's when I realized that my intention to transform the life state of humankind is slowly starting to shape up. And I would love your support and love for this mission of mine. And let's do this together, and feel free to spread it, share it, whatever. And so here's my website, and you can always connect with me on social media with Gina Artiva or Conscious Music Code. I think I typed it correctly. There we go. So hold on. I will send this. Yeah, I think that's correct. So that's the name of the website. And thank you so much, Elaine, for inviting me. I hope you had a good time.
Oh,
Yeah.
beyond. It was like the perfect way to end the night. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Jenny, you're a member of this community now forever. So that's the way it is. We just let people in, but we don't let them out. So
Wow.
thank you so thank you so much. Everyone have a wonderful night. I look forward to seeing everyone back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you all for being here and being a part. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, how fun, Elaine. It is.
That was so awesome. Oh my goodness.
It really was. That was fun.
That was
Great.
amazing.
Thank you so much, Elaine, for this. Yeah.
Yes,
care.
yes. I am
Bye.
gonna close the room. Now, Jackie, did you need anything? You good?
I'm good, honey. I
Okay.
just made it back and wanted to say thank you again.
Okay, thank you. Everyone have a good
Bye.
night. Onesimus, thank you. You're off tech duty.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Right on this, Miss.